Bam! And you say, damn, this is a dope jam.
Is that right?
What's next to find a term called dope? And you think it's funky now? No.
Honey,
what?
We have a topic today.
We do have a topic today.
Yes, and the topic today is
overcoming
Excusitis.
Excusitis. You know what excusitis is? We're going to talk about that today.
We're going to talk about it right after these messages. Right back in a moment.
Good morning. My name is Brian McNeil.
And I am Lisa Santiago McNeil.
And thank you for joining us on our show, Let's Talk About It. We come to each Monday through Friday right here on the SIBN network, on iHeartRadio, YouTube, TuneIn, as well as Facebook Live. Good morning.
Good morning. Good morning. Like. Good morning. Good morning. We are back. We're back. We had some issues and we're muddling through them. Yeah. So Facebook has had some challenges about some conspiracy against my ID. You guys know I didn't do anything inappropriate with my ID, but they're under investigation now. So in the meantime and in between time, someone has commandeered.
Wait. All right. So now we're going live. Okay, I think. To the rest of the world coming in here.
Yeah, right.
I think that's what's going to happen.
You can think it, but right. I can see it.
You can see it?
Yes, right there.
Can you smell it? Okay, cool. So anyway, that is the sad part about Facebook. One of the beautiful things about Facebook is it's free. And you can really reach out to people. You can start your groups. You can do your thing. And some of us have gotten really, really industrious with Facebook and built a business. And it really, frankly, built our lives around Facebook. And when that is working well and everyone is doing their thing, that's the best. Facebook is really the best. But there's also a dark side of Facebook where we can't really protect yourself all the way. I've heard it said that everybody's account is duplicated somewhere, just about everybody's. And sometimes really, really low life people can watch you build an audience and build a marketplace and just come along and take it. Just take it from you. Okay. I would like to get it to start here.
Yeah, I don't know how that's going to happen. Okay. But it is on, it is up, and you can keep acting like it's not, or you can continue on.
So what happened to us this past weekend, some lowlife stole the Empowerment Duo page. They just hijacked it. They hijacked the page. They deleted our admins. Our admins are wondering, what's going on?
And they changed the name of the group.
And they changed the name of the group to Si Hong Huang something, and then they started, I got messages. Good morning, Brother Kelvin. How you doing? I got a message saying they asked me to send my Cash App in so that you can send us $1,000. So I know they're using our stuff to try to scam us, scam our friends too, which is really, really gross to me and ugly to me. I can't stand it. Good morning, Sister Brittany. How you doing? But we do have a topic today. After we get past that ugliness of that, we do have a topic.
Well, the topic is how to avoid excusitis.
Overcoming excusitis.
And this is it could have been something that was an excuse to not continue. It could be an excuse.
Excusitis. Good morning, Shaki. We talk about overcoming excusitis today. I forgot to tag you personally, Shaki, but maybe you found out already that our page, the Empowerment Duo, has been hijacked.
Well, she always watched us on ESPTV7 on Facebook.
Good.
So I'm glad you were not in effect there. Brittany says, so are you guys going to create a new page? We're in the process of mapping that out. We actually have an existing page, but I don't have any Facebook profile, and they have like 25 days left in their investigation. That's right, Chef Rev. That's right. He said, man, they got you. Yes, they got us.
They did. They got us. and they put Lisa in 30 days of Facebook jail, which is ugly to me.
Yeah.
But
they took my ID, they took my page, they took my followers, they took everything, but they didn't take me.
They took all your. Still here. I wonder if when you get restored, I've been on Facebook jail before too, and when I got restored, I still had all my Facebook friends.
Yes, but the issue is not necessarily the page, because the page, when they restore me, hopefully I'll have all of that. But on the Facebook, on my personal page, right. But my business page, we had built up to over 1,000 followers as well, and we're going to have to start from 0. Because they hijacked it completely. They took it and changed the name and got rid of all of the admins. Yep. And I don't even know how Facebook is going to restitute that or recover that. But you know what?
I thank all of our friends that reported them too.
Yes.
That's appreciated. But I want to talk today about today's topic. Today's topic is overcoming excusitis. Mr. George Allen, Miss Brittany Thomas, Shaki, what's the other gentleman that was in here?
Kevin, good morning.
You guys ever heard of excusitis? Excusitis. We're going to talk about overcoming it. What is excusitis? And I'm going to give you the technical definition. I first discovered the word in the classic book, The Magic of Thinking Big by David Schwartz. But he defines excusitis. Excusitis is regular behavior of making an excuse for every poor performance. It appears in a wide variety of forms, but the worst types of this disease are health, intelligence, age, and luck. Excusitis. You make excuses for every poor performance. Okay. I didn't do well because the traffic made me late. Okay. Excusitis. There's also a new word suggestion for this too. It's a mediocre person. When you see new word suggestions, I think those are words that are working towards becoming in the dictionary or not. But it means a mediocre person who is suffering from the sickness of a mental disease of making excuses every time that aren't made by the successful person. Okay.
So now excusitis is like a real thing.
Look at it. Yeah, looks like it. Definition of excusitis, collinsdictionary.com. That's the new word suggestion. That's it right here. But this is where I got it from the David Schwartz book.
But sickness or mental disease of making excuses. Good morning, Ja. Good morning, Melissa.
And here's the challenge I have with the word excusitis. I think at some point we all are victim of it.
Facebook user, we don't know who you are yet because you're you haven't accepted the StreamYard thing in there that says that we can see your comment. So please tell us who you are. Hey, Ja, good morning, Brittany. Thanks for calling them out. Facebook user says, an old sister told me that all excuses were lies. I think so. And Chef Rev, absolutely. After you've done all you can, you just stand.
How many times has that thought rescued you? Just after you've done all you can. But the first part, make sure that you have done all that you can.
After you've done all you can,
you just stand.
Thank you, Ja. It's great to be seen. He says, so great to see you all. We appreciate it. Good morning, Charleston Leak. Thank you for joining us this morning.
What's up, man? He's been on my Facebook friend for a long time. How you doing, bro? I want to talk about the topic. Yes, I'm happy to have you guys in here. Look like a couple of new faces. Welcome to the show. This show is called Let's Talk About It. And her name is Lisa Santiago McNeil.
And he is Brian Keith McNeil.
And together make up what's called the Empowerment Duo. Yes, we are. What's up, man?
Oh, thank you, Brittany. Hey, Pamela Howard. Pamela Howard is the one that said that it was an old sister who told her that all excuses are lies, and they are. What's
up, Miss Pamela Howard? She reached out to us the other day too, Lisa. Happy today to you, Mr. William Brown. We're going to talk about excusitis. The habit of giving an excuse for every mediocre or poor performance. This mental sickness of making excuses all the time.
Miss Jacqueline, we are praying for you. She said she's healing from an ear infection, fever, and headache for the last 6 days. I appreciate that you found us because I have been locked off of Facebook, so I can't get on to the BBC where we normally broadcast or the SIBN network. So I thank you. No one says, "What's up, man?" like Brian.
What's up, man?
And Jacqueline, we will definitely be praying for your return. Go back to bed, my sister. We love you. And we're glad to be here and to be connected.
I've actually heard someone else say that to me before, John. Not that long ago, actually. He goes, man, when I call you, and you say that, what's up, man? He said it makes him smile. A dude said that to me. And maybe it's because I'm happy to hear from you. I'm happy to see you in the room, John. Happy to see that. I was happy to see Brother Charles Lee sneak in here. Good to see you, bro. Excusitis.
Excusitis. I enjoy the fact that the definition says that it's mental sickness. And Charleston, thank you so much. He said, "Keep being you, Brian." Yes, I appreciate them. But that it is a mental disease.
Of making excuses.
But it is a mental disease. Listen to the word disease. There's a difference between diseases and disorders.
Mm-hmm.
Disorders you cannot control. Diseases, in many cases, can be cured. Disorders cannot be controlled. Disorders are a part of your personality. You can improve upon them.
Or your brain function.
Your brain functionality. You can improve on them, but you can't change them. Right? Autism is a disorder. And I've been doing a lot of reading about that. I guess that's why I thought about that. But disorders are something that you just have to learn how to deal with. Wherein diseases are often able to be cured, and they often have the ability to be eradicated. Right?
Brother John says, right. They can be cured or they're acknowledged. Now, it's hard for me. I'm a sales confidence coach, and I help people to sell themselves and their services better, particularly service-based entrepreneurs. Maybe you know of a service-based entrepreneur who offers an intangible service, coaching, consulting, lawn care, something where they don't leave a product. I help those folks to sell themselves and their services better so they can earn more money. That's what I do. I've been doing this for right at 30 years, helping people to sell better. And it's hard for me to not conflate the world of selling with anything. For example, when I see stuff like excuses, I have been preaching and teaching forever that even though we want to stay away from absolute terms, but I use an absolute term in this, all excuses can and should be overcome by the entrepreneur. The excuses for not buying, those can and should be overcome. And think about this too. From industry to industry to industry, you don't get that many excuses. You only get a few. You get it costs too much. You get I don't have time. You get some other thing, 3 or 4. And in your life, a lot of times I really believe that people lean on their favorite 2 or 3 excuses all the time.
What does that mean? That means that you should have 2 or 3 responses
you need a
to those excuses.
Yeah, you don't have that many of them. You can develop a counter. You can develop a strategy to counter that familiar excuse that keeps cropping up. Every time you play yourself small, every time you miss the ball, every time you throw your favorite excuses up there, it's because I'm black. Okay, that's a good one. Okay, that's a good one. Okay, the coach didn't like me. That's a good one. Okay, she didn't like me. He didn't like me. Those are good excuses, but you got to come up with a counter. My mother liked my sister better. Okay.
Thank you.
Cuz, what's up, man? My cousin Thurman is in here. How you doing, sir?
Hey, Thurman. How are you?
And I should call him sir because he was an ossifer in the military. What's up, cuz? We talking about overcoming excusitis. I'm telling you, in the military, oh man, we used to have it mapped down. Now, in the military, we didn't call it excuses. I'm not gonna say they, because I'm former military too, 8 years in, by the way. They called it bitching. Okay, bitching. And when you first go,
you could say we called it
bitching. Okay, When you first get into basic
I don't know
training,
that you should use words, inappropriate words.
well, what makes the word inappropriate? It's only the perception of it that makes it inappropriate.
Or Facebook could say it's inappropriate.
Okay. So the B word. When you first go into the military, you go into what's called basic training, and you get introduced to this concept of being about everything, blanking about everything. Anything they want to do, about it, okay? And then you go to what's called AIT, which is your school, and you get a little bit better at it. Okay, you get a little bit better at complaining. You still got to do everything, but you complain about it. And then by the time you get to what's called permanent party, after all your schools and advanced schools are done, you get the permanent party, you're polished at it. And the longer that you're in the military, the better and better you get at it. But you're pretty polished by that time. But all of them are excuses. Now, you still have to do everything that you're whining about. None of the excuses are going to be good enough. That's just that is. Brother Josh says, okay, we did read that already.
So what's interesting is that you can overcome excusitis.
All of them.
You can overcome them. And here's one other form of excuses. It's the ones that you give yourself for not pursuing something, doing something, or achieving something.
I didn't write my book because I never had time. I was raising kids. Is a good sounding excuse, but you had the same amount of time as anyone else.
Well,
and are you there to say that no one else who's ever been able to write a book because they had children? But go ahead.
You know the best excuses to give yourself.
Yeah.
Because you know yourself. You know what you will put up with. You know what you will tolerate. You know what sounds good. You know what sounds acceptable. These are things that you would accept. Now, every once in a while, we've all met someone that have never, like, there's no excuses. There's no excuses. And we consider them unreasonable a lot of times. What do you mean? The building fell down a block before my street and the street was blocked off. I couldn't get through. They're the ones that are going to say, that's just an excuse. Earlier. Yeah, you should have left there earlier. The building is not here anymore.
You should have left earlier. I used to conquer that when I was a sales manager. If you had a job that paid you $300,000 a year, working the same hours you do right now, doing the same work, but they're just going to pay you $300,000 a year every year, no matter what. The only thing is you can never be late. The moment you're late, you lose the job. Would you ever be late?
Would you ever be late?
If the job paid like that, would you ever be late? No, you wouldn't. You know, you leave 2 hours early every day just in case the building fell down or the bridge was out. You had enough time to rent a helicopter, you know, so you wouldn't. Good morning, Dr. Beverly. How you doing?
Good morning, Dr. Beverly. All right, Pamela Howard. She says that book writing sounds like me. Oh, I've got Excusitis. I might need to teach that class.
Let's do it.
Because I have helped many of my authors to find the way to write their book. Oh, I don't type good. Well, talk it. Oh, I don't have enough time. Well, let's set a time each day. And if I need to get on the Zoom and just watch you write.
Lisa has wonderful strategies. And I've learned over time, when people say I'm having difficulties writing my book, I'm thinking about writing my book, I tell them before you do, have a talk with Lisa. First, because she has developed strategies.
When I get ready to write, I never know what to write about. Well, that means you're writing prematurely.
Yeah. She even put out a document, 7 easy steps to writing your book that sells or something like that.
But 7 simple steps to writing a book that sells.
But if you have the consultation with her, she can make it easier for all of you who are pondering it. I'm going to give you the same counsel I give everyone else who tells me that. Have a conversation with Lisa first. She'll make the whole process easier for you. And you can reach her by, can you type in your the way you want them to contact you?
Sure.
Because there's probably one person on here that says, oh my gosh, that's me. I need a strategy for this. It is so much easier when you have a strategy. Okay, so to reach out to Lisa to do that, she's going to post it up in the comments so you can have it there. Bam. Okay. And is it going to also be in the comments or just up there? It is. Okay, cool. So, but that's what you do, man. How about this person here? I'm going to start my business. I'm definitely going to start my business. I've been going to start my catering company, but I can't do it right now because it's almost summertime and the kids are out of school. And, I got to drive them everywhere. Okay. And then a few months later, they're going to say, well, it's almost back to school season. I got to get the kids prepared for school. And then a few months later, well, it's football season. We got to support the team, so I'm a football mom and I got to be there to support the team. I can't start my business right now. Wait until the new year. Okay. When the season's over. And when the new season's over, have you ever had a winter this cold? Okay. Can you believe this weather? Wait till the weather breaks a little bit. And then when the spring comes, man, the weather has come so nice. I want to get out a little bit and enjoy the weather before I really, really bear down. And then it's like, well, the kids are almost out of school and you're back there again. It's constant. Okay.
And there's always going to be something to protect you. Understand that excuses are often there to protect you.
That's what your brain wants to do.
To protect you from the unknown, to protect you from failing, to
the
protect
potential
you
of not.
From all of these things that are actually meant for you to overcome.
Brother Kelly Little says, Coach Lisa, the book whisperer. I like that, Kelly. Thank you very much. She's actually birthed more than 110 books since May of 2016. May of 2016. So let's see, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. In 6 years, this is May now, because her first book was published May of 2016. So in 6 years, that's a lot of books, baby.
Yeah.
And you figure out, you do something 110 times in 6 years, you figure out a few things. Brittany Thomas says,
those consultations definitely help.
Brittany's published 2 books through Lisa. Kelly Little's published 2 books through Lisa. They would know.
Good morning, Dr. Deborah. Dr. Beverly says, OMG, those make my ears hurt. Excuses.
Yeah. Dr. Deborah Dunstan, good morning to you.
But I think that the key element is that excuses are a mental disease.
Yeah, you keep going back to that. That matters to you.
It really matters because we've gotten rid of measles, we've gotten rid of chickenpox, we've gotten rid of
polio, we've
gotten rid of these things. Means that the fact that it's classified as a disease means that there's a counter.
That's right.
For it.
A cure. Coffee Brown is in the house. What's up? Congratulations to you and Brother Ron on your wedding anniversary. And congratulate Ron of graduating with a 4.0 GPA. That's her husband. Good job, you guys.
Whereas the disorder is even a disorder is overcomable. You just got to get more creative. Mm-hmm. A disorder is overcomable. If you think about it, a disease can be completely conquered.
And excusitis, the habit of making excuses for poor performance, the habit of making excuses for not doing. Overcoming excusitis, I'm going to go so far as to say, to the degree that you can overcome excusitis is in direct proportion to how successful you can become. How successful you can become has a lot to do how well you can get rid of and overcome excuses. Dr. Beverly says Lisa is the bomb.com. And she would know.
Thank you.
You guys would know. So I would say that to you. You have William Brown, who's popped on here earlier. He said this thing to us before he moved up to the upstate New York. He said he realized that everything he needs is within his network. If there's any part of business that he doesn't know or needs, he knows someone who can help him with that. And isn't that an amazing reason not to have an excuse?
George Allen said, you should hear my excuses when it's time to work out. I surprised myself one morning when I said, God didn't tell me to do that today. LOL.
That's a good one.
Yes. But that's actually one of the excuses that people use all the time, which is why I caution people when they say, I heard the Lord and he told me I should, because the same way the Lord told you you should is the same way the Lord can tell you you shouldn't. It's a convenient excuse.
Or it's an excuse that people
use. And
use.
it's one that people cannot go against with you.
God told me to call you and chastise you. Really? Is that what God told you
That
to do?
was funny.
Yeah, God told
I
you.
actually received that phone call.
God told me to call Lisa and chastise Lisa.
Call Lisa and tell me to repent.
Oh my gosh. God told you to do that? Okay. Would Chef Pastor George Allen, I'm reaching out to you. Would God ever tell anybody to call up that other person and chastise them? Okay.
Who was not in a position of authority over that person.
Right.
Who had no idea.
Hadn't talked to the person in years. I just want to chastise you. Brittany Thomas says,
I have an idea for a third project, fasting and praying in June so that I can gain some clarity.
Amen. What a wonderful idea.
Dr. Deborah said, God gets blamed for a lot of stuff. Oh, yes, he does.
With a laughing emoji. Yeah, we blame God for a lot of stuff. Overcoming Excusitis. Good morning, Mr. Mark Greer. He says, good morning.
Good morning. He said, good morning, folks. Even a trifling hack.
That's not what he said.
What?
He said, good morning, folks. Even a trifling hack couldn't keep you down. Way to rise up.
Good morning, Mark. I reached out to Mark yesterday. Thank you for adding me on to your LinkedIn as well.
Dr. Beverly says, the nerve of people. Yep.
Yeah.
And George Allen says, no, God is not going to tell you to call up somebody else and chastise them.
God does not play the telephone game. Telephone game. You know that between humans, if the message can change from person to person playing the telephone game, why would that be the game that our Lord wants to use to get a message to us when he is everywhere and can talk to me directly?
Right. Some people trying to get onto the show. They're still looking for it. I appreciate you guys' tenacity to come back. Mark, we rose up, yes, but you guys showed up. So thank you.
George said, I would have responded by saying, God told me to hang up to keep from cussing you out. So I'm going to go ahead and elaborate. So first of all, the person
really? You're going to do that?
They texted me this message from the Lord that God had given them. And I chose to ignore it. I hadn't seen them in a long time. And I looked at it and I was going to respond to it. But, I remember the old adage that said, when you argue with a fool, strangers passing by, can't tell the difference. Mm-hmm. So I had ignored it. And then had actually stumbled upon the person in person. And they had the audacity to ask me face to face.
Kachel Fitness, K-Fit, good morning to you as well. So they ask you face to face. Go ahead and elaborate. Go ahead.
Bill says, I often purposely confuse reasons and my excuses to make me feel temporarily better. Yeah, that's true.
Dr. Beverly also says, Lisa not stupid. If she needed to repent, her spirit would have told her. She's very connected to the spirit of the Most High. That's true, but the point is, someone else felt that they had it. They had the authority.
And the thing that they thought that I should repent about had happened 8 years before. And it was not, I'm not. Okay. And it was not done unintentionally. It was done deliberately after much fasting and prayer. So I wouldn't repent for something that I heard the message from God to do it and take it upon their opinion that it was something not to do. So nevertheless, when they confronted me, I asked them, what made you think that you and I share the same belief system? And then I just left it like that.
I still love Pastor Allen's. I would have responded by saying, God told me to hang up to keep from cussing you out.
I was very close. That's right, Pastor George. Religious folks are dangerous.
Yes. And then Dr. Beverly says, apparently they've been keeping you in their view.
Apparently.
Now, today's topic is overcoming excusitis. K-Fit, how many of your clients have had wonderful excuses for not eating right? Well, I'm on the road a lot. I travel a lot. And you can't eat right when you're on the road. I mean, in the airports, all the food is high calorie and expensive. Okay, so you can't eat right. I can't eat right because I'm on the road a lot. I work late, so I very often have to eat late. Okay, so I'm typically eating 10, 11, 12 o'clock at night, every night. Okay, and then going right to bed. So those are wonderful excuses because they legitimately do work late. They legitimately do travel a lot, so they can't eat right. And they can't eat right. And they can't exercise too because I don't have any time to exercise. Okay, ooh, look at me preaching to the choir. I'm preaching to me. Okay, excusitis. But we've already agreed you can overcome all of these excuses.
Absolutely. Honesty will destroy excuses.
Ooh, that's good. That's good. And
Honesty
real honesty
will destroy excuses.
Real honesty.
Honesty with yourself will destroy excuses. If you will commit to telling yourself the truth with no chaser, then you can overcome it. Brittany says, condemning you and judging you, God will not have someone to do that. But God will sometimes send correction. But she hadn't seen you in years, and God gave you confirmation in your way and time. She had no right.
You're right. You're right, Sister Brittany. Brittany is wise beyond her years. Brittany, you often surprise me at how wise you are being as young as you are. You know, Brittany is like 6 years old, man, and she knows a lot of stuff. She's very wise. I always appreciate you, Sister Brittany. Thank you for your contributions. Man, overcoming excusitis, all of them. I do want to acknowledge, first off, thank you for you guys that are here today.
That you traverse the terrain to find us on different pages than we normally appear, and we really, really appreciate it.
It'd have been so easy for you just having a good excuse. I couldn't find you guys.
Or
you weren't in the place that I always find you. Going back to the classic book, Who Moved My Cheese? You know the book about the story about who moved my cheese?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. They do this mice, put the mice in the maze, and they put the cheese in a particular spot, and they're timing the mouse. How fast can it get to the maze and go to the cheese? Okay. Now, then they do another experiment where they move the cheese and put it somewhere else. Now, the experiment, and then the mice would go to its familiar place and not find cheese there. So what did the mice do? Did the mice stick around and say, daggone it, who moved my cheese? I can't find the cheese. This is where I normally find the cheese. How come it's not there? Or the mouse could just, okay, the cheese is not here. Let me keep looking around. Oh, here it's over here this time. They don't spend that time whining and complaining about who moved my cheese, as so many of us adults do. Who moved my cheese? It doesn't matter who moved your cheese. Just like the spider doesn't care, the mouse doesn't care. You know the story about the spider doesn't care. If a spider's on the banister and you knock that spider down, that spider never talks about or thinks about, daggone it, I was up there, now I'm down here. The spider just keeps going on. You can tear down the spider web completely, sweep it out. They'll make another spider web because the spider spends no time at all bemoaning what happened. They'll just start spinning a new web. Okay, the spider doesn't care about what happened. You know, you could try to drown it, and move it, knock it over, blow it over. Doesn't matter. The spider's just going to keep going.
Mark, you have to read it.
I have to read it?
You have to read it.
In Mark voice or regular voice?
Read it.
In what kind of voice?
Read it in regular voice.
Okay. My pleasure, Lisa. Thanks for the connection request. I would have responded to that person by saying there were 12 disciples. Let me introduce you to the 13th. I would have then showed them the boot on my foot and enlightened them on where the 13th was headed. Uppus rumpus. I digress. That's funny. I would not want to meet the 13th disciple. And I wouldn't want the 13th disciple up his rumpus. Dr. Deborah says,
if I would confess, there have been times when I have spent more time and energy working on finding excuses than I was on learning how to complete the thing I was making excuses about.
Did you hear what she said?
You're not by yourself.
No, working on finding excuses. Why would we do that? We're going to get to that certainly, Lisa, in your hand. Why do we do that as adults? Lisa said, I think you said the secret earlier. We do it to make ourselves feel better. We do it to protect ourselves.
We do it to protect ourselves, from the unknown. We have this thing that almost makes the unknown always foreboding, fearful, worse off than it could be, than it would be if
what we already have.
But if we would just, my hand is not changing. That's so oh, the other hand is changing. I'm sorry. Anyway. If we would just trust that the thing that we're trying to protect ourselves from is actually the thing that would benefit us the most.
I want to lift up one thing that we're trying to avoid so much, and I'm hoping with this amazing collection, you guys can come up with a suggestion of how to cure this one thing. Okay, the one thing that stops so many people from doing stuff is the potential for embarrassment. More people are afraid of potentially being laughed at or embarrassed than anything else. Someone in the public seeing them not looking great. So they avoid the potential for embarrassment a lot. Does anyone want to offer a suggestion on how to overcome that fear of being embarrassed? And now Lisa has been holding a card in her loving hands, and around 9:30 it's become our habit on this show where we share one of our cards. The cards either come from the loving cards, the mindfulness cards, or the
beauty cards.
But today it's coming from
the beauty cards.
The beauty cards, okay?
This card is the mystery card. That's the image on the card, mystery. Some things we do not know. We do not need to know.
Mm-hmm.
Learn to be content with mystery. The universe is a wide and mysterious place. Take pleasure in that unknown and release any need to control.
Amen. Some stuff you don't know, you don't need to know, and release that need to know. You don't need to know it. I want to highlight Pastor George Allen says, dude, some people are afraid of being successful. That's true, and we've learned to recognize the fear of success.
Mm-hmm.
The fear of success typically manifests in things like perfectionism. They got to make sure everything is right before they do anything. That's a typical symptom of fear of success. Or, procrastination and perfectionisms. Those are real clear signs they're afraid of being successful.
And the fear of success is often because, good morning, Monique. Fear of success often comes when we begin to count up the cost. Well, if I make a lot of money, I'm going to have to take care of my whole family.
Yeah.
Or if I make a lot of money, I'm going to have to do this. I'm going to have to pay a lot of more taxes. If I become successful, I'm going to have to change where I live, and I'm going to have to do this. And these things, you can make those excuses bigger than the actual thing that you're looking to overcome.
As a younger man, I was married before Lisa, and I was starting doing more things about professional speaking. And the start came because I had done a couple of good speeches, and I'm going to start traveling as a speaker now. Okay. And then the stuff came in. Well, Brian, if you start traveling, you're going to be staying in hotels. You're going to be exposed to other women, the temptation. You're going to mess up our whole family. And you know what? I don't want to mess up my whole family. So I started to self-sabotage. I equated being a traveling professional speaker with losing my family.
Good morning, Brenda.
That fast. And it didn't have to be the case. We talk about overcoming Excusitis. Sister Brenda Booker Bull, she's a professional real estate agent. How many wonderful excuses have your clients given you about why they shouldn't make an offer now or why they shouldn't sell now?
Bill said, I became aware that I protected the image of myself versus doing the things that will grow me.
Yeah, you protected the image of yourself to keep your image the way you believe they see you intact. Brother R. Kelly Arletto says sabotage as well. Yeah. Yes, he gets that story. He gets that thing. You know, we self-sabotage to keep from potentially losing something. So how do we overcome these things? How do we overcome that? What say you? What say you?
What say you? I think the biggest way to do it is to do something drastic. Do something drastic. First of all, do something. Do something. That's the first thing. But doing something drastic is like getting up every morning and doing your affirmations and your mantras and doing them out loud. See, this is something that I'm talking to myself right now. Because although my husband and I share some of the same policies and beliefs, there are some things that I don't do because I make excuses. Oh, I might be bothering him, or oh, I might, this, or I might that. But take control over that and just do it.
She's right. Good morning, Pamela Coleman. She's good morning, empowerment couple. Monique says, walking in faith, stay focused, speaking into existence.
Speaking it into existence.
I'm glad you brought that up. About
that really works for me, but I have really stopped doing it because I didn't want to invade your space.
Yes. Now here's the beautiful thing. I'm so happy Lisa said that because I have the same thoughts. Even though I know my loving wife will accept me, she's not going to take a problem with it at all. I know I'm supposed to read aloud my goals in the mirror with feeling before I go to bed. I'm supposed to read whatever my current goals are out loud with emotion and looking at myself as I do it. But I found myself not doing it because what if Lisa judges me? Even though I know she's not, she's going to support that. Okay. But I chose to not do it. I made an excuse because maybe this time my wife would say, could you keep it down in there? Or I don't want to hear that out loud in this room. Why don't you go into the other room and do that? But she's never said any of these things. That's all in my own head. And to hear her say she had thoughts too in the morning time about not saying it out loud because what if Brian doesn't receive it or is invading his space? Or if you don't want to hear that right now, even though I don't say that, okay, but we do that to ourselves. We can be creative, like Brother Kelly's suggesting. We can come up with stuff. Mindset. Absolutely. How do you overcome excusitis, Sister
Mindset. Improving your mindset is definitely a way to do it. And the way to improve your mindset is often speaking those things, saying those things over and over audibly. One of the other ways that you can overcome something, particularly when embarrassment is associated with it, do something embarrassing.
Yep. And you know what you'll discover? You lived.
Do something embarrassing. Walk into the supermarket making a loud noise or spinning around.
Crashing through the door. Why do we find so much joy in embarrassment? Okay. Especially if it's not us ourselves. And I think some of the reasons why we enjoy watching someone else get embarrassed, watching someone else slip and fall on the ice, is because it wasn't us. Okay. It's almost a relief laugh.
Monique says you can be your own worst enemy. Yes, absolutely. And she goes on to say, but stay focused and surround yourself with positive, like-minded individuals.
Laugh at yourself. That's another one, Sister Pamela. And if you laugh at yourself often, you feel less fearful of others potentially laughing at you. Okay. If you just, John Maxwell talks about it, stop taking yourself so seriously. Get a kick out of some of your mistakes. If you can get to the place where it tickles you, the mistakes you made.
Kelly goes on to say, boundaries. Align yourself with a tribe that supports yourself. Positive self-talk. Journal and write down your victories.
Amen.
Give yourself and others grace, gratitude, visualization, and condition your mind with your best story. Absolutely. Those are all
love that.
From the guided journey within process that we did last year together. Kelly, absolutely. Monique says, I do laugh at myself, and others really hate that.
You take it away from them. They have no power to make fun of you if you're already laughing at yourself. Okay. One of my favorite movies, we don't have to do our greeting songs, greeting logos. One of my all-time favorite movies is a movie called White Men Can't Jump. And the stars are Woody Harrelson and Wesley Snipes. These two basketball players on the California beaches. They play 2-on-2 tournaments.
Good morning,
But
Damona.
on the first day they met, good morning, Damona. On the first day they met, Wesley Snipes' character is making fun of Woody Harrelson's character. He's talking junk about him. He says, and your mother's this and your mother's that. And then Woody Harrelson says, my mother was too drunk to be this or that, okay? And he says, this dude don't even know he's being insulted. He couldn't even insult him anymore because he was laughing along with the jokes and says, nah, my mom could have did that. She was too drunk to do that, Took it away. Took away the power.
Dr. Deborah says, I like that. Absolutely. She says, do something embarrassing. When I was afraid to go live on Facebook, I decided to do it on the beach in a bathing suit with no makeup on, and I actually didn't die. Absolutely.
Go figure. I remember that, Dr. Deborah.
I remember it too.
That was 2 years ago, maybe.
Yeah, we were at the beach.
And she was standing up at the edge of the water and going live, and then she came and told us she hadn't been live before, and she was so nervous about going live. I think Bill was on that retreat as well with us.
Bill Brown said, I am currently the distinction between laughing at myself and finding the joy in me.
That's a cool place to be.
Absolutely.
Pamela Coleman says, wow, and then fearless. I want to say this too. Lisa and I had a wonderful vacation. We just came back yesterday. Today's our first day working back. I got a full day ahead of me. But we had a wonderful vacation. We enjoyed the beach. And one of the cool things about it is we brought along a friend of ours, a dear friend who's going to be leaving us soon. So we got a chance to do one more good party with her. Dr. Deborah Dunstan was with us, and we had a great time. I enjoyed her so much. We did, and plus, because all three of us are of a certain age, we did things together, but we also gave each other space, and it was just great. It was just great.
Brother Mark says, instead of making excuses for a thing, go to the cemetery and ask those people if they're worried about being embarrassed.
Wow. If
you don't get a response, learn the lesson. If you get a response, you're being welcome to the club.
If they talking to you and you can hear them, they're inviting you to the club.
Yes, I was there when Dr. Deborah went live. That's right. Bill was on that retreat with us. Dr. Deborah said we had such a great time.
It was one of my favorite trips of all time this past weekend because I got a chance to do nothing and everything I wanted to do. And another thing cool about this vacation, young people, we went to the beach and parked the car, basically. We didn't feel the urge to go uptown, to go to this restaurant or that club or that bar or this thing. We was good. And it was a great time. Pamela Coleman says, welcome back. Again, thank you, Pamela Coleman. Pamela Coleman stood in for me yesterday at our weekly networking meeting called V-Team. I called Pamela Coleman yesterday morning and asked her, would she speak on my behalf? And she said yes. And I don't know what she said yet, but I know it rocked. Sister Pamela's back in the room.
So glad you enjoyed one another.
We really, really did, Pamela.
Hey,
Sister Angela Hope, what's up, lady? Yes, indeed. Love you too. We love you back. It's 9:46. We're running a little bit late because typically around 9:42, we like to thank you, the folks of you that have been rocking with the show for years or are consistent contributors to this show. Today we talk about overcoming excusitis. So we're going to go ahead and do it now.
And Melissa Price, thank you for joining. I was actually looking for you on LinkedIn.
Where is she?
She came in earlier.
Okay.
I was actually looking for you on LinkedIn because my Facebook has been shut down temporarily. We're working things out to try to figure out how to get restored. But for those of you who I didn't have as a LinkedIn connection, I had been going out and trying to connect to you guys so you could find us today.
Now, if you're not,
go ahead.
If you're not familiar with what we're about to do, just bear with us. We'd like to thank our consistent contributors with greeting songs and greeting logos. Up first today, who was up first, baby? Up first today was Sister Brittany Thomas, and she has a song, and it goes,
"It's Brittany, it's Brittany,
it's Brittany, Brittany Thomas.
It's Brittany,
it's Brittany, it's Brittany, Brittany.
It's your time. It's your time." Yeah.
Sister Demona says, you guys always break away for relaxation and a good time. I love that. Do it seem like we always do? We resolved we're going to do it more often. That's what we said. We're going to do this much more often than we have been doing it. Sister Shaki Jones has a greeting logo, and it goes, guess who's back again. Shaki's back. Tell a friend. Shaki's back. I created a monster. Come on.
Good morning.
Mr. George Allen, a.k.a. Chef Rev. He was up after Shaki. And he has a song, too. He has a jam as well. And it goes, why must I eat like that? Why not hire Chef Rev?
He puts some good food in me.
Nah. That's right, our man Chef Rev. Miss Melissa Price has a song. And it goes like this. Bam, 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 bam. Melissa's on. Now it's time for us to sing her song. Melissa's on. If y'all wonder what are these guys doing, we are thanking our consistent contributors to the show with their greeting songs, their own personal greeting song and greeting logo. Like John Smalls has one.
Oh, John. John is in the house.
Boom, boom. Tss, tss, tss. John is in the house. John Smalls' logo hadn't been said in a minute, but we love when we get a chance to do it. If you're watching this, man, I want a song. I want them to sing something about my name, too. You can get one.
Just show up.
Just keep showing up.
Tell us what you like and give us a suggestion.
You can get one. We'll do it. Mr. William Brown has a song, too, that was suggested to us by another person that watched. And it goes like this. Good morning to our friend Bill.
Nobody thinks like him still.
We love him so, and we always will. Our friend Bill. Good morning to our friend Bill. Miss Jacqueline Rosier didn't stay, but she came through. But if you come through, you get your song sang. But Jacqueline Rosier has a logo in the song. The logo goes, according to Jacqueline, and the song is
Jacqueline Rosier, pretty little one that I adore. You're the only one my heart beats for. I'm so glad that you are mine.
William Brown says, boom, boom. Love you, Ja. And actually, Ja got lucky that he didn't go behind William Brown's song today. He went in front of. So who's next? Dr. Beverly has a logo, and it goes, Dr. Beverly is on the show. That's right. And Brother Kelly has, Kelly, can't you see? Somehow your words just hypnotize me. That's my man, Kelly R. Little. That's it. And it's Kelly R. Little, not R. Kelly Little. It's Kelly R. Dr. Deborah Dunstan has a jam. Do we already do it?
Dr. Deborah, non-profit strategist and funding coach.
Good morning again to my sister, Dr. Deborah. Okay, Mark Greer has a jam too. So wide you can't get around it.
So low you can't get under it.
So high you can't get over it. Mark Greer is under a groove. He's getting down just for the funk of it. Mark Greer is under a groove. Nothing can stop us now. That's our man throwing down. Mark Greer. K-Fit, you can get a jam. Just keep coming.
K-Fit. Do I know K-Fit?
Sir Charles's daughter.
Sir Charles's daughter.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
Hey, K-Fit.
She interviewed us on
That's
she
right.
interviewed us on her Thursday show on her and her dad do a show on Thursdays talking about your come up story or your overcoming story, something like that. And what I remember the most was when it was over, and we asked her how did she think the interview went or what did she like about it. She says, "I know I want you two to mentor me now," and we're willing to do that. Brenda Booker Bull has a jam. She goes on. It's tricky to buy a home or sell a home. Don't do it alone. Choose Brenda. Choose Brenda.
It's tricky to buy a home, to sell a home. Don't do it alone. Choose Brenda. Hey, choose Brenda.
Pamela Coleman, we'd love to find you a jam. Just keep coming.
Absolutely. Thank you so much.
Hello. How are you? I am Demona DeBrew. Demona DeBrew is another one of our favorite people on the planet. How you doing, our sister?
Hey, Demona.
Demona, we love you and miss you. Come on, we gotta go.
Hey, Demona. We appreciate all of you guys.
Pamela Howard, you should get a jam.
Oh, Leanne is here. I get to sing our song.
Leanne has a jam. She says, my client got off early this morning so I could pop in. Hope you see my comments on all your Facebook posts. Miss you guys. Great to see you. Leanne has come often enough that she has earned a greeting song, and her greeting song is...
And it's Leanne. It's Leanne.
Time is a wheel in constant motion, always rolling us along. Tell me who wants to look back on their years and wonder where those years have gone. Demona DeBrew, you deserve a song. Help us find you a song, Demona. Come up with a jam or a song or a genre. And if anyone else can help us find a song for Demona DeBrew, we'll appreciate it because you deserve one.
And we appreciate all of you finding your way to us today. If you have the opportunity, please, please, please report to Facebook that Lisa Santiago McNeil was hacked and that I would never do the things that they said that I did. And you can report that for me. That would be appreciated.
Yeah, because there's no reason Lisa's not on.
And so I appreciate you guys for finding us. Pamela said, Leanne is at my house right now. Yay! Now you got to hear her song.
She always wanted to hear her song. This was great. She goes, Leanne also says, thanks so much, guys. So fun. Anytime you show up, if you have a greeting song, Lisa and I, we feel like it's an honor and a privilege that we get a chance to do your song for you. We're going to always do it. We got to go. We gotta
go. We love you. Appreciate you. We'll see you here tomorrow for Shout It Out.
Bye-bye.
Thank you, sweetie.
Gotta go.
Have a good one. Don't forget to have sex.